Brother, why don't you come here and debate? I can't hear you. Right. Okay.
When you speak the truth, they want to kill you.
You're just repeating nonsense, bro. You're just repeating nonsense.
Is there original Bible?
You're just repeating Muslim nonsense, bro.
Original Bible, yes
Let's
or no?
just be clear.
Original Bible,
Let's just be clear. Brother, if you continue to heckle with me, I'll come and stand next to you and we'll debate. Do you want to debate? Right, well, come and stand here then. Right, bro. If you don't, bro, I will debate you.
Peace or sword?
I'll break, bro.
Please respect.
Bro.
He says, you don't want to engage, go away.
If you don't want to, bro,
You want to force me on camera?
bro, I'm going to do a talk.
Yes,
Right.
but I don't want to be on camera. So
Right,
why are you
well,
forcing
don't
me?
heckle then.
Don't democracy.
Don't
me,
heckle.
etc. Exactly. Yes, you do. You
No, I
believe in
don't.
Satan. Because
Are you all right, bro?
Are you all right?
Let's calm it down.
Yes, calm it down.
My name's Bob. What's yours?
My name is a human being,
A human being. All right. Okay.
and I don't want to be on camera, please.
Right.
There
Then
you go. And you're a Christian.
bro,
Are
I
you a
don't want to be
Christian?
heckled.
Are you a Christian?
I don't want to be heckled.
I want to talk, but I don't want to be on
I
camera.
don't
Is that
want to
all
be
right?
heckled.
Well, you're heckling me.
Right, you're heckling
No,
me.
you're heckling
Did I
me.
come to
Bring
you?
me off camera.
Did I come to you?
Pathetic piece of
Did I come to you?
This is Speaker's Corner.
Exactly.
Did you say stand there? So
Exactly.
you're forcing me to stand
Exactly.
there. You're forcing.
No
exactly
one's
what,
forcing
you. Know
you.
what you're saying?
Are your feet glued to the floor?
Look, do you know what you're saying?
Right.
Think what you're saying.
I'm going to go back to my talk.
Go back to your talk.
Right,
You're
if you
talking
heckle
nonsense.
me, I'll
There's
come
no
back to you.
original Bible.
Okay?
End of.
That's just
Aramaic,
nonsense.
Jesus spoke
Nonsense.
Arabic.
You're just
Arabic
repeating
is all living.
catchphrases because you've been brainwashed by a Dawah script.
You're not brainwashed. Look, you know it deep inside. Now worship your inner God.
Right,
Like
ladies
baby
and gentlemen.
Jesus
Christ be with you, brother.
Peace be with you.
not to himself, but
So, ladies and gentlemen.
goodbye, Satan.
So, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk about another issue, ladies and gentlemen, before I leave. So, ladies and gentlemen,
What's it talk about?
I want to talk about
Yeah?
the Michaela Community School that's led by Catherine Birbal Singh, ladies and gentlemen. Who's heard about this story? Right? I want to encourage all of you to follow this story,
Why, Bob?
ladies and gentlemen.
Why, Bob?
And the reason why it's important that you follow this story
Yeah.
is because sadly what you're going to see
Yeah.
is another example of the secular state cowering to Islamisation.
Okay.
This school,
Yeah.
which is, I believe, based in Wembley, is called Britain's strictest school.
Strictest.
It's a free school that accommodates children from the local area, of which 25%, I believe, are taking free school meals. So this is not a private school. It's not a school where a public school where people are paying to attend.
Okay.
It's an open school serving the local educational authority and taking in students from around the local area, of which a great percentage of them have been and are Muslims.
Okay.
The school has been run along very strict discipline lines. So, for example, in an assembly, before the head teacher comes out, all the students sing the national anthem. The students go around the corridors, single file, and they're not allowed to talk. It's a very strict school. But it's a strict school, ladies and gentlemen, that's producing results for everybody. It's the highest performing school in England. It has some of the highest success rates of any school in England, outstripping even private schools, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a teacher that's doing a bad job. This is a teacher doing a good job.
Right.
The school itself doesn't have the facilities or the space to give a Muslim prayer room. And the head teacher, when a particular student came and said that they wanted to pray, because the teacher didn't have the facilities to give the students a prayer room, said that students could pray out on the yard. And so students started doing that. Muslim students started praying out on the yard. Much to the disagreement of some of the local Muslim community, who then started a petition to have a prayer room. But that petition, ladies and gentlemen, was accompanied by harassment, intimidation and vandalism aimed at the school, ladies and gentlemen.
Vandalism.
Vandalism. Right? And the Muslim behind the camera says, stop crying. So in other words, the Muslim seems to think that we should put up with harassment, intimidation and vandalism. Because apparently the Muslim thinks a free country entitles you to do this kind of behavior, ladies and gentlemen. Notice he is defending harassment and violence against teachers in the UK, ladies and gentlemen. Now, furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, furthermore,
ITV, what's your source? BBC?
what started to happen, ladies and gentlemen, was that certain Muslim students started to harass other Muslim students, other Muslims, when they didn't want to pray, when they didn't want to keep the Ramadan fast, ladies and gentlemen. And this, ladies and gentlemen, the state failed to stand against or to protect those teachers from the harassment and violence that was emanating from Muslims like these two behind the camera, that are celebrating it, that are defending it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, who remembers the teacher in Batley and Speck in the north of England, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, a teacher forced into hiding because Muslims threatened to take his life because, ladies and gentlemen, he talked about blasphemy in school, ladies and gentlemen. And he's now in hiding because the state failed to defend the teacher, ladies and gentlemen. They say there's no source, but have either of these gutless, witless puppies even bothered to check? No, they haven't. Our country is not better with people like him in it. This man is bringing justification for harassment and violence and intimidation against teachers in schools. That's why he's heckling, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be clear. This case was taken to the High Court. So if he doesn't believe that it happened, he can just go and check the court records to see if there was a court case with Michaela School with the head teacher involved. He can check if he's inclined to disbelieve. But something tells me that this won't even bother to check whether there was a court case just last week. He won't bother to check.
Why?
Why? Because he's simply here to troll. He's simply here to try and make and justify harassment of school teachers by members of the Muslim community. He's here to obfuscate
Who's here to
on
obfuscate?
facts.
On facts.
He doesn't even know what the word obfuscate means.
Are you English? Are you English?
Furthermore, ladies and gentlemen,
Harassment. It's
the judge at the High
Are
Court
you English?
recognised
Are you English?
recognised
Are you English?
that the school had been subject
Okay.
to unjustifiable harassment.
Harassment.
The school
It's harassment.
had to employ private security,
Are you English?
ladies and gentlemen.
Are you English?
And notice
Are you English?
that these people are not condemning the harassment of the school.
Where's your source?
They just want the source.
Where's your source?
So let me tell you
We don't need to talk
what
about
my
your backside.
sources
We
are.
don't want you talking over your
My
backside.
sources are
Go on.
the Guardian newspaper,
Oh my
the Daily Mail,
Oh my God.
the BBC,
Oh my God.
and the British High Court.
High court. Okay.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, maybe someone can tell me why all of these sources are not trustworthy.
Really funded what you just mentioned.
There you
All
go.
really funded.
Blame the Jews. Blame the Jews.
What does Israel-
That's what
does Israel
this
do?
immigrant is bringing to our country.
Born and bred in this country.
Anti-Semitism, Christophobia, obfuscation of violence and harassment. That's what he's bringing, ladies and gentlemen. Now we all know the rule. I will be interrupting the dawah, ladies and gentlemen, and you can blame him for it, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
Jews antichrist.
Brothers and sisters,
Open your mouth.
I want to make this very clear to you,
Jesus is the son of God.
ladies and gentlemen.
False prophet, false Messiah. Christians, God the Father, the
The
Son,
head
and the Holy
teacher
Spirit. The God
of this
Jesus
school
is only God the
was
Father.
trying,
God the
ladies and
Son,
gentlemen.
God the Holy Spirit. Stop lying, mister.
He's talking
The head teacher of this school, ladies and gentlemen, was trying to impose a muscular secularism in her school. She was trying to protect students from harassment because she banned prayer in the playground. She was trying to stop, ladies and gentlemen, division in her school based upon religion. She was trying to do what France has been trying to do, which is to embody a muscular secularism in which all citizens are equal, ladies and gentlemen.
What do Jews and Israel?
And the state has failed to defend her.
Being Jewish and Israel have to do with
This
each other.
prosecution
Have to do with each other.
is being brought against her
They're two different
by
things.
the
One is a
state.
religion, and
The
one is a
state is prosecuting her,
Oh no.
ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, which source?
on the
BBC?
basis of religion.
All is
And
really
what you
funded.
are all going to see, and this is the point that I want to make, ladies and
Everyone
gentlemen,
listen up. Everyone listen.
is that you are going to see that the state cannot defend or will not defend a muscular secularism that emphasizes equality,
Okay.
he emphasizes
call me immigrant.
equal
You
treatment.
call me immigrant.
Yes, our country is better without immigrants like this.
So without immigrants,
Our country is better with anti-Semites being kicked out. Our country is better without Islamists like this. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we don't need to allow Islamists like this to spread their poison in our land.
How about no?
But that's exactly what has happened with
Go
this
on,
school.
please, Don't you dare do that.
What's exactly happened in this school is that elements, sections of the Muslim community that believe in radical Islam are using violence and intimidation against a school that was treating all of its
Shut down the mosque.
pupils
Shut it all down.
equally
Shut it down today.
and was trying to protect It's Muslim students from radical elements who didn't want to fast and didn't want to do salat. And certain Muslim bullies in that school were starting to intimidate other Muslim students. And so the school banned all prayer. Ladies and gentlemen.
Send them back, send the boats back.
No, we do need good immigrants. We need good immigrants because English people are aborting their children and are not having the children to replace the population. What we don't need is unfiltered immigration that allows in anti-Semites like this who say, blame the Jews. The courts are owned by the Jews. The Guardian's owned by the Jews. The Daily Mail's owned by the Jews. The BBC is owned by the Jews. Him and his family should be kicked out of the UK, and our country will be a better society for it. But let me point out to you an immigrant that I want in this country. JC is an immigrant. He's an immigrant, and I want him in this country. So this is not about saying immigrants are bad. This is about saying bad immigrants are bad, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'll come to you, sir. I'll take a question in a minute. I'm nearly landing, and then I'll take a question. Ladies and gentlemen, the head teacher tried to impose a muscular secularism. The liberal secularists of our country are about to throw her to the dogs, and they are unable to protect her from intimidation by Muslims like this. Ladies and gentlemen, the state will fail to protect you because liberal ideology cannot stand up to Islamists like this. Britain needs a muscular Christianity, and Christians need to organize their community to protect themselves from Islamists like this. Nearly landing, few more minutes. And the way that we do that, brothers and sisters, is that we organize ourselves into Benedict communities. All of our churches should teach martial arts to the men so that the men can defend themselves. Because just as this example is going to show you, when you need the state to protect you from Islamists, the state will abandon you, says the anti-Semite. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to, final point, I want to encourage you all to support this head teacher in her struggle and in her battle, ladies and gentlemen. But I want you to recognize, Christians, that secularism failed in Lebanon, secularism failed in Nigeria, secularism is failing in France, secularism is failing in America, secularism is going to fail in the UK, secularism cannot stand against Islamization, and so we Christians and Europe must adopt a muscular Christianity to stand against Islamization. So really quickly, guys, right, despite being heckled, I was trying to point out that we're going, and I want you all to follow this story, because you're all going to see an example of a teacher that has holden out to our society a alternative way to do society, which is a muscular secularism, like they're doing in France. And you're going to watch as our society betrays that teacher, just like the society, our state betrayed the teacher in Batley and Spent. And that's telling us all that the state is not going to protect us when we need it. That's telling us all that as Christians we need to reorganize our community to defend ourselves. And I want to invite JC to clip this conclusion and stick it onto the back end of the talk and before this conversation. Right? And the reality is, ladies and gentlemen,
Reality. Wow.
that this school is going to give us an example once again of how Islamists are allowed to bully in society and the state will not stand up to them.
Cowards.
And you all need to recognize it. So follow this head teacher, support this head teacher, but I think you're all going to see what I'm warning you against. And when you do, let my words ring in your ears, that we as Christians must organize ourselves to be able to defend ourselves, because the state will not be there when you need it. God bless.
Thank you.
I follow the sunnah of Jesus.